Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot of shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers and listeners all around the world, it's time for another amazing edition of everyone's favorite podcast, The Voice Party. We've got comedian extraordinaire JDR&D to my immediate right. We've got Corday, another amazing comedian to my immediate left. We've got Phil Spooner, the immaculate Phil Spooner on the boards. We have yours truly, Joaquin Xavier, and welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Hey. Please reintroduce yourself to our wonderful listeners.
Hola, I'm Viviana.
Are you sure?
I know, I got kind of stuck. I'm so happy to be back. What we were talking about is crazy.
You were here.
Yeah.
One of our first guests.
Yeah.
Back in 2019.
Yeah, I know. And so many things have changed.
A lot of things happened.
Yeah. So thank you so much for inviting me back. It's cool to be back. Yeah. And cool to see everything you all have done. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, little things here and there. You know what's funny? A lot of people told me that your episode was their favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because you talked about how you were working at a job you were unhappy with, and then you just decided to go head into selling your food.
Yeah.
And then now, through that, you were talking about doing tattoos. You said that was the first time you mentioned it, right?
Yeah, that I actually said.
I didn't even know that.
Like, I'm gonna manifest it. You know? Yeah.
And now, how long has it been?
Since
you opened your tattoo shop?
Oh, it's been a month now. Yeah, thank you.
Damn. So you open the day you came, you were talking about how you were going to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
And we're talking about doing a comedy show.
I know.
We have a comedy show now.
Yes.
Where we're doing next 2 weeks.
November
2 weeks.
26th. Yeah. I'm excited.
How long has the restaurant been open for now?
For indoors, it's been open 4 months now. Okay. But the restaurant has been open since July 29th,
wow.
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you've been, aside from the restaurant, you've been busy going to do events. You did Outside Lands?
Yeah, we did Outside Lands.
Dope. Yeah, hell yeah.
Our second year this year. That's crazy.
That's dope, yeah.
So crazy because I didn't think that it would go there, and then I think it's just kind of like the opportunities that come with it, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I feel like I've learned to take every opportunity that I get, like if something presents up to me, it's just like, get it, do it. Because sometimes I would overthink it and not do things. And it's like when those opportunities come, it's like really cool.
Yeah.
From Outside Lands, I met the one of the person that organizes it, and I was like, oh, I want to tell her that I would like to work in festivals, like do a festival or something, I was like, no, I'm not going to say it. And then I didn't. And then when I did, she was like, hey, come with me to Costa Rica. Come with me to all these places. Like, you're a Spanish speaker. I need that. And so it's just like every opportunity,
Damn.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things that have happened. And it's definitely changed. Yeah.
What's changed about you as far as when you were working at a bank to now? Because there's a lot of changes. You're healthier now. We talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Mentality-wise, though.
Yeah. Well, it's very overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It's also kind of these from when I last spoke to you to now. I have been busy every day. I've been busy every day, and it's like you go from a job where you just go to, and then you go home, and then that's it.
Right.
For me, it's like I go to work and then I worry about employees. I worry about my designs, how to be creative at the same time, but managing everything and running everything and then doing the tattoo shop and kind of everything is like I'm busy 24/7. But I also see it as a growth, you know? I think it's like there was times, I'm going to be real, where it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is so overwhelming to me, but I think it's how you see it. You know, it's perspective, because I got there and it's like, wait, no, wow, like I'm actually doing all these things. Like I'm busy, but I'm learning so much. Yeah. And if I look back, it's like, you know, it's like that saying, like going day by day, everything seems the same. But when you look back, so many things have changed. And it's true. Like I see back the person that I was in 2019 telling you that I had 3 jobs. I was working at a coffee shop. I was doing this, the bank. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Which bank?
That I worked at a bank from 18 to 20 something, but I can't say which bank. No.
Tell us off there. I mean, you're no longer there unless you're currently doing business with them.
No,
Did they give you a business loan?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
No.
Rhymes with El Bargo.
Oh, Bank of America?
Chase.
Oh, she banked with Washington Mutual. That's where you used to work? Fuck Washington Mutual, yeah?
Has a near rhyme with Atlantis.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah. Wells Fargo. I worked there when I was 18 through 20. Through 2023. So I worked there for a couple years. Then I moved from working there. I then did Armistice at Richmond. I used to work there.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then I worked at a coffee shop in SF, and I held like an art therapy program for girls that like cross the border and stuff. But that was too much, and that's when I transitioned over to like doing El Garage and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's
The
funny.
art therapy must have been intense. Huh?
Oh yeah.
That's why I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. It was like I was taking it home. I guess that I didn't know kind of how to cut off that I wasn't responsible for other stuff other than my job, you know?
Yeah, you care, and then you kind of like you get involved with it emotionally.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what happens to a lot of teachers that I hear, like where you watch that shit and it kind of bleeds over into, and then you're at the bar all the time, like, oh God.
Yeah.
This is an Irish coffee, I'll have you know.
Smoking cigarettes out the window in your classroom, like, oh.
I didn't have an addiction before I started working with young people.
I know.
And that's like staff across the board, man.
Facts.
Teachers, aides, counselors, principals, you know, the good ones.
Yeah,
I better get a fucking movie out of this.
I didn't understand why teachers loved happy hour so much until 2 weeks after I started working there. And I was like, yo, where the fuck we going to happy hour? It was like this Friday. I was like, you will see me there. Yeah, right? I was like, you will see me there.
Yeah, it's true. It's needed.
Yeah. So that you didn't want to continue with that. That's
Yeah, you know, I think that I was searching for kind of what I wanted to go into, you know, because so I did psychology in school, but then I did I also went to art school, but too expensive. And then from there, it was just like I did graphic design, I did like branding and packaging. And I loved all the design aspect, but the actual like being behind a computer all the time was not me. I kind of like talking to people, and right now that I tattoo, that's kind of what I do. You know,
like
I'm
therapist.
like a therapist, but I'm talking to you and I'm drawing. So I found, you know, that thing that I really like and enjoy. Yeah. So with that, I feel like I get to talk to people, I get to communicate, and have my art, you know, on them for the rest of their lives. Yeah.
Is there any tattoo that you won't do? Like, do you... Like, I know I've talked to a few tattoo artists, and they're like,
I won't do pentagrams.
well, no, they was like, I hate doing butterflies. Do you like, what about when someone's like, oh, I'm going to get my boyfriend or my girlfriend's name tattooed on me? Like, how do you feel about those?
You know, so when I first started tattooing, everyone asks me that. Like, oh, what do you do? What don't you do? Hey, do you do these kind of tattoos? Do you do finger tattoos? Because a lot of artists don't do it. And I didn't understand why. Now I understand why. When it comes to partners' names, I'm always like, oh, at first I was like,
Let's
okay,
give it a year.
let's do it. You know, let's do it. But when 2, 3, 4 people then came back to get it covered up, I'm just like, oh, I don't know, And so now I think that's one of the things where I'm just like, I mean, get what you want, but I do tend to see those people come back that get their partner's name. So
More money for you though, right? Repeat customers.
yeah.
Job security, homie.
Whenever you see like a name, do you do it like a little lighter? It could be like, they might come back. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just make this easier on me.
People are gonna make mistakes. Why not profit off of that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this kind of small, so when the cover up, like, let me see what I'm
Look at
gonna
I
use.
turn
Like,
this
I'm
shit
already
into.
going like, yeah, that'd be easy to cover up right there.
I could turn Tony into a Batman sign.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. Tattoos where I've kind of been like, oh, okay. I got my first neck tattoos starting this year, and that was just like, whoa. Like, I think that I didn't know where I had gone to, and I say this because I never imagined myself, like tattooing people. And I think being back here is just like, whoa. Like, I remember how I did, I kind of was just like skeptical of like, am I gonna do it? But I had
It's
to
funny
believe in myself.
I just asked you about my friend that got a tattoo by you, and you're like, which one was that? I don't remember. That's so many tattoos you've probably done this week.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been really cool, and I think that also putting yourself out there and then just kind of having people like support you. Like, I think that's a very important thing. Just people support is so important. I feel like it motivates me, and I have a lot of imposter syndrome. I always I'm like, no, am I doing this? Am I doing that? But it's like, no, believe in yourself. Like, do it. And that's kind of where I've been at.
What's one of the most because you've been doing it for 3 years now, what's been like the most challenging thing about you're running 2 businesses now?
Yeah. Then I don't have a life, maybe. I work every day. I work every day, and I think it's very...
What does that do to your mental health?
I feel like I was telling you, I feel like I was very kind of like before, I was just like, oh wow, this is intense. Like, it's so much learning. It's like so much learning because I don't know. I don't know the steps. A lot of people tell me like, wow, you're this, you're that. And it's like, yeah, and I'm learning along the way. Yeah, I'm learning along the way. And I think that it's all perspective because before I was kind of drained. I was burnt out. And but then I think that like my perspective changed into, wait, I have what I wanted to accomplish. So what am I going to do with it?
Right,
and it's just like, I think that's when your mood changes as well, because it's like I stopped looking at what I might have felt like, oh, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that, but it's just like it's my path right now. It's like what I'm doing, and it's like it's what I have, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and it only now, with my perspective change, it pushes me. It's like, oh, what else am I gonna do? Like I can't wait to do something else. And it's like, now I'm just like, woof, like business ideas here, business ideas there. Now people come to me for like business, help. And it's just like, wow, like that makes me happy. It's like, I'm growing as a person, and it's like I said, like, everything is the same, every day. But then when you look back, it's so different.
Just face it towards you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you look back, it's so different. It's just like, oh wow,
Speaking of that, when you hit me up that you wanted to do, we were talking about doing the comedy show. It's like I forgot. Like, oh yeah, we talked about doing that. But then when I wanted to, like, it was either gonna be like one of us here from Richmond to be the first, the first ones on the closing out the show.
Yeah.
And I hit you up, but you're already booked in Napa.
Yeah.
But I hit up Gabe Nolasco, who's the guy we have headlining.
Yeah.
And he's also from Richmond. So he told me, oh yeah, he was like, I remember going to their house to buy tacos.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, I remember I've been buying from them since they were
That's dope.
At the garage.
Yeah, at the garage. 'Cause he's in Vegas now, but before
cool.
he was living here in Richmond. He lived near where you guys used to.
From my house. Yeah, from my parents'
your
house.
parents' house. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that, and I called him like, oh shit, I remember buying from their house too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. It's so crazy.
It's like overnight.
Yeah.
You're in the Chronicle, and then boom, like all this.
So, I remember those house days. It's like it's so crazy because
there's no room because there's so many people.
So many
It's like
people.
the cops are. Didn't the cops show up one time? Then they ended up buying food.
Yeah. They would show up to shut it down, but then get food.
Like, hey, we gotta. What's going on back there? What's going on back there? We're like, oh, sorry, we are at capacity. Like, no. Like, what's that menu? Show us the menu real quick.
Let me get 4, but after this, shut the shit.
Okay, exactly. Let me get 4. Make that 8. You got some Jarritos back there? Okay, let me get 3 Jarritos. You want something? Oh, I thought you were saying, no, this is for me, dude.
Hey, Sarge, you want anything?
Like, we need to keep checking this place weekly. Wednesdays, 1:30 p.m.
If anybody reports them, arrest them.
Exactly.
Corruption gone right, boy.
Exactly.
No, that's how we would. So how it would happen is like when we would sell from the house, there was so many people that would call the health department to come shut us down. We got shut down so many times. Y ahí seguíamos. Like it's like we would keep on, we would keep it on, keep it going. Yeah. And like the cops would come, right? They would come and like they would see this huge line, and then they would go out to the front, like, hey, like what's going on? And then that's
Juanes is in town.
Like to skip the whole line and get the tacos. But yeah, that was.
Oh shit, the cops, dude. Fuck, they gonna cut us in line again. What's the hold up? We gotta feed the cops first.
Have you seen that movie, Chef?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Where the cop comes to stop them, and he's like, "Let me get a picture first."
Exactly. He was like, yeah, that was Russell Peters. Russell Peters.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you guys, you can't sell here. But before you go, hey, wait, can I get a picture like in the truck with you guys? Like, oh, thanks, man. Hey, my son loves you. But yeah, you can't sell here. You can't.
Honestly, dude, as a person, and you're not gonna relate to this, as a person that like,
as a person, I can never relate.
No, like we want to fucking have lines.
Oh fuck yeah.
Seeing that shit, how like when you did Armistice,
out the door.
Yeah.
it's like the line was all the way down the street and shit. And I was like, God damn, I wish I had lines.
Yeah, no, definitely, dude. That's amazing.
Awesome. That's like
amazing.
you tapped into something.
Yeah.
And the people love you. They want to support you. So like they come out. So that's inspiring to see.
Lines full of people, lines full of cops, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got 12 cop cars outside. Like, what the fuck going on over there?
People want your product.
It's like
Bust.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they want your product. Like, is she signing autographs? What's going on here? Yeah.
SWAT team pulls up and shit like that. They got all their mask off and stuff. Like, why they got plates instead of guns?
Food brings everybody together.
Let me get 2 for my German Shepherd too.
Hey, like, hey, this food is deadly.
This food is dangerous.
This is evidence. Where'd you get so many? It's evidence.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take this plate into custody, witness protection. This whole restaurant is coming with us, all right?
No,
And now y'all are on DoorDash, yo.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a trip.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's the Netflix for the Netflix for restaurants.
Yo, so like,
Netflix special. Now we're on DoorDash.
yeah, we're on DoorDash, y'all. Like pretty soon we'll be on Uber Eats. That's the Amazon Prime version. That's Amazon Prime.
That's a whole thing.
Hey, but that makes them more money than a fucking comic makes on
Yeah,
Netflix.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're on Uber Eats as well.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay.
Amazon Prime, baby. They got it.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's awesome to
Yeah.
see.
You guys on Tubi? What's the food version of Tubi?
That would probably be fucking
Like TaskRabbit? Is that TaskRabbit?
There's actually a food service that we were gonna get, and it was actually called Caviar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to deliver for them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they weren't really in the Richmond area.
No.
Yeah, they weren't in the. It was more towards kind of.
They're like a little bougie.
Berkeley,
Yeah,
Oakland.
they were.
bougie.
Yeah, they were.
They're like
SF.
you go
Yeah.
with like fancy ass restaurants to pick up up shit for fancy ass people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they considered us, but
Nice. They don't come out this way.
but it wasn't. Yeah.
Whenever I delivered for them, I would have to be in Oakland all the time.
Yeah.
Oakland, like the nice part
Yeah.
of Oakland.
So they're like the stars of networks.
Now what's,
Like them, yeah.
now what's the app that's got like the bicyclist logo on it?
That's DoorDash.
DoorDash.
No, it's not DoorDash. It's something else.
Oh, I know
another
you're talking about Grubhub.
No.
wait.
Postmates.
Yeah, Postmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
okay,
what I mean.
okay.
Are they
That's
out
the
here?
Tubi. That's the Tubi.
That's the Tubi. That's right.
No, but they're,
Postmates.
That's the Flintstones version.
hey, is it how do I say it? Is it still profitable to sell through those apps? Because I know a lot of restaurants don't like them because they take a shitload of it.
Yeah. With that, what I've learned from that, it's sales, it's sales, but they do take a portion of it. They take a cut. But at the end of the day, it's still sales.
It's still sales, yeah.
It's still sales.
You got to feed your employees.
Yeah, and it it also promotes your business. It gets you out there. So sometimes people just use that too. It's just like people use it, even though we have an ordering site, people use that to just like order food from us and come even pick up. So a lot of people just go to that. That's their default with whatever restaurant. They just order through there and they pick up. It's not. It's more delivery that people use through those apps, but they still pick up. Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool because it keeps people working that are delivering and shit.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's why I like. Well, since I lost my job, I kind of just deleted DoorDash. Like, see you again.
It's so easy. It's so easy to just.
It's so. Do you bought from them through DoorDash?
No, I'm aware that it's there.
Oh, you see-
I've only gone in person to El Garage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I did the 5K, that's where we went to eat afterwards. We went to go. I was like, oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
When I got vaccinated, I went to El Garage to celebrate. During the.
Hilarious.
Was that? I saw you once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did I see you once there too?
I think so.
I put up stickers.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, so that
I brought my goddaughter over a couple times. She's like, "Oh, their food is smacking," as I told you.
the inside is pretty big.
Yeah, we're
You're talking about doing a brewery too.
Yeah, I want to do like tap, kind of like a tap setup. Just because it's so big in there,
Yeah.
It's so big in there. But the pandemic definitely
Fucked it up.
Yeah, for sure. Because, talking about the huge long lines, like that was a lot of work. Like it was
That's
a lot of
pre-pandemic.
strategy. That's pre-pandemic.
Everybody was like this and shit, like close
Like,
to each other.
so,
like,
yeah.
fucking coughing, no problem.
Yeah, and like it's just like everyone's like right there, like squishing. You know? We have a video where I think that was the biggest line we ever got, and it was in Oakland, and that wait in line was probably about 3 hours just to order your food. Yeah, it was huge, and like I look at it now, and it's like, wow, no one would ever be standing like that anymore. Everyone was like so close to each other.
It's crazy how much that changed.
Yeah, and now it's just like.
It's kind of back to that a little bit, no?
Kind of,
I think
a
it
little
definitely
bit.
is, yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, at the restaurant, like no one really cares. Like everyone's kind of like there, you know?
Adjusted in,
Yeah, but I feel like definitely the amount of kind of like people that we would get definitely changed. So that's also kind of a thing where it's just like I also have to be like a marketing like. I have to do like this, that.
Because a lot of restaurants, a lot of restaurants start with a really good beginning, and then 2-3 years later, like just the sales start to go down.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do we reinvent, or how do we? Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
Because now, like back then, there was not a lot of people selling quesadillas.
This is true.
And now, like fucking Taco Bell has
everyone.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have them or no, Pollo Loco.
Pollo Loco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pollo Loco.
Taco Bell's not equipped enough to do quesadilla. No.
Hold on, he's raising his hand.
Yes, Corday.
Oh, what is that? What is? I don't even know how to say the name. I don't want to get it wrong.
Oh.
Quesadilla?
What? You haven't tried them?
I have not.
He hates cheese.
Oh, you don't like cheese? No, but you can order them like I order them without cheese. I order them without cheese because I don't like the cheese either.
Same.
But I like
without
the order.
cheese.
Yeah.
I love the cheese.
It's a birria.
Guilty of
I
that.
think you've had birria, right?
I'm not sure what his period.
You need to come in.
I need to come
just
in.
go in.
come
We'll
in.
go.
You've never made birria for this guy? How long have you known each other? JD made birria for me like 3 weeks ago. We were working on the script.
Don't say that out loud.
Well, obviously he loves you more, Joaquin. Obviously.
Hey, I cook for you too.
He only loves one black dude. Yeah.
I cooked for you once, and I invited you over. We had mashed potatoes and that chicken I made in the oven.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
That's funny. We was both trying to lose weight. He's like, I made something very fattening for you. And I was like, because we had it. We was like, we'll see who can lose more weight.
Hella butter.
And
He's trying to win.
And he was like, here you go. And I was like, is this a setup? Is this a setup?
He
right
gave
now?
you the buttery plate. He had a salad for himself.
Is that French chicken dish? It's like hella butter, chicken, tomato sauce, and shit.
Joaquin, he did say I already ate, so he didn't even let me see what he ate.
Once I saw a movie talking about butter. There was a person that gifted a person butter sticks, right? Because they ate them like that. And I always had that question. Like, ever since I saw that movie, I was like, do people actually eat butter sticks?
Do black people eat butter sticks? No.
Do people?
No.
In general.
My little cousin used to though. She was like little. She used to eat on butter. We was like, what the hell?
We just had a guest, Johan.
Yeah.
I invited my motherfucker over for Thanksgiving one year.
Yeah.
I think he ate a whole stick of butter with bread before we got like our turkey and shit.
Wow.
And then by the time the turkey was like, he said, well, the bread was good.
Well, I mean, you know,
He ate,
everybody.
like, a whole stick of butter.
Plenty of people put butter on their bread, but eating butter sticks by
themselves?
There are plenty of people that have very idiosyncratic, odd tastes, we'll say, that are unique to them. So that was probably
Butter is
based
good, though.
on somebody that they met in real life that just ate sticks of butter. I mean, it's salty. It is tasty.
If I hated myself more, I probably, because butter is good.
Yeah. It was
good.
like some movie about some models. Like, I remember being young and like they got a basket. Maybe it was something like that where the butter was supposedly flavored and she just kind of started eating it. So I was like, oh, I guess you do. And I just never Googled that.
Yeah, because
that's weird.
I know.
You'll probably find stories on Reddit.
I know people put butter. Some people put butter in coffee.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Where is
Instead
that
of
from?
cream?
Where is
I
that
don't
from?
know.
'Cause
I think
I've
that's some European shit or something. Like
white people.
It sounds very French.
Well, because there's some
French love their butter, man.
some places where it's hella cold, they eat butter like that because you gotta keep the fat in you because otherwise.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So like I know like some of those countries they eat like they drink the milk with the cream still in it.
Like in Norway or something.
Yeah. And it's like
sense.
creamy. Like they don't separate the milk from the cream.
Yeah.
That's the way it used to be over here. You know what I
Like the
mean?
Nordic people and
back
shit.
in the 50s when they had milkmen, you'd have cream and milk, you know, in the same.
That's what it is, right?
But then they
just
started
separate the
pasteurizing everything, you know, and taking out all the fun.
Yeah.
So where are we with we were talking about the brewery? Are you?
Oh yeah. So we're thinking that this should be starting in about January.
Damn, you're making it happen for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And,
Haven't you been paying attention to the pattern? Like,
Don't fuck around.
Tattoos, brewery,
tomorrow the world.
Exactly.
She starts a podcast in a month and it's like bigger than ours.
But I actually have the voice party on my podcast.
She say
now.
actually? She's coming for us,
There you
y'all.
go.
It's gonna be called the Voice Fiesta.
yeah, that's what it's gonna be called. No.
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 You taking applications?
So
Motherfucker.
El Voice Fiesta.
El Voice Fiesta.
yeah, exactly. The voice fiesta. That's what I was trying to put that together.
That's the name of this episode.
El Voice Fiesta. Yeah, exactly.
El
Yeah.
Voice Fiesta is the name of the episode.
No, but I've been thinking about it because
should.
it's like, oh, it's so cool, you know. But I was thinking something where I can kind of like also include my clients, you know, where I have like I'm thinking of doing like a form where they fill it out and I have different topics, and if they'd like to participate in a specific topic, maybe kind of like arrange the area to kind of like be there doing kind of the podcast talking about that specific
Are
thing.
you tattooing
you know?
somebody?
Yeah, I think it would be cool because
do that.
you're having conversations with these people, so I think
And
it'd
it's
be
interesting.
Really cool. Yeah, so I think it'd be also cool like watching it, just kind of like. I don't know, because when I'm tattooing, I really get into it, you know. And so it's like, oh, the conversation's cool.
She gonna have a lot of cops on her podcast because they're just gonna be like with plates. They'll be like, oh, what? Like, I love this spot and stuff like that. We almost shut y'all down, but thank God.
You persevered, boy. American spirit, right
This
there.
episode on why the cops keep cutting the line. We have
Officer friendly over here.
like, oh, what's your name, Mr. Shut You Down, or give me something to eat? Okay, yeah.
Tattoo a quesabirria.
Exactly. Yeah. Yo, can I get some tacos tattooed on me, please?
What's the weirdest thing you've tattooed on someone, but without mentioning their name?
You said weirdest or wienerness?
Weirdest.
Okay.
Weirdest.
Like we were like, what the fuck, dude?
I think it would have. You know, I don't really have any really super weird stuff, but I have like just kind of those requests where people want something. For instance, I did a tattoo that when I first started tattooing, they wanted a 5-inch family tree with 10 names in it.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're talking about a tree like this, with 10 names in it. So it was just not doable.
They didn't love their family that much, I guess.
So I did it just like a little bit big, and it was
3 inches maximum.
Where was it on their back or was it like their forearm?
My
or?
face.
It was on the leg.
On the leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I was gonna ask you too is like, when it comes to, because now that your restaurant's hella public and you're out there, you know, like, how do you take like criticism and feedback from people when it's sometimes like, you know, because you know how if you go on Yelp, it could be the best restaurant.
Yeah.
And the Yelp, and motherfuckers were late to my food, like it was all cold and shit.
It was a 3-hour wait. Cops keep cutting in line. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's actually a great question.
They didn't tell me to have a good day.
You know, I think it's all about.
They didn't give me napkins. I used my sleeves, like, you know, all kinds of shit.
That kind of little stuff. So I remember, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I remember when like I would get that feedback and I'd be like, oh, like any little thing, because just like you said, like, oh, I was waiting in line and this person this, and it's just like they're not organized, but it's like I can control the line, you know, like I can't control the amount of people.
Yeah, the demand is there.
Yeah. And so now what I also learned, like sometimes people, you know, when we started, there wasn't really quesabirria places at all.
No.
And so everyone would always ask me, what do you think about the competition? Like, and I think it's really like,
They want you to bash them.
you know, I never felt like I had competition. And I think as people in general, we shouldn't see it as competition, you know? I had a business advisor who she would tell me, hey, you know, to do this strategy where we put like, the competition and stuff, and I would always leave it blank, even for other places where we would apply for like help or something, you know, where I would want like some advice, like financial, business advice and like financial advice, whatever. But they would always ask, what's your competition? Like, what's your competition, or who's your competition? And I would always leave it blank because we're our only competition, you know? You are your only competition. That's how I see it. And yes, it's realistic to be like, oh yeah, that's that business over there. But
because any restaurant nearby, right?
Yeah. Then you're worrying about the competition. You're not really focusing your mind on you know? And so that's kind of how I see it. Like, for instance, I know in Richmond, the mayor's son actually posted something on that
the
like
current mayor, right? Yeah, where he's like bashing you a little bit.
Like saying how the vibe was not cool, this and that. And
I like El Tucán better. Like, I hate that shit when people say that. Like, okay, just make a post of how you like El Tucán, which is fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking come and this like really petty shit.
Agreed.
And so for stuff like that, the way that I take it, and I see the way that I am in general, like I'm not, every time I hear something or someone is a certain way with me, I never take it personal. I never take it to heart because that's them. Like that's who they are. That's what they're projecting, you know? Right. And so for me, when I read that, I was just like, oh wow, like this is weird, like to take the time out of your day to do this. Like that's totally
I like
cool.
this one better.
Yeah, you know, like, and kind of like, there was like maybe like 200 comments or something like that on there, and I just saw it because a lady came in and she was like, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm coming to support your business because of what the mayor's son posted. And I was like, what? And then she was just like, yeah, fuck him, like. And then that whole weekend, so many people came in because of that post, you know?
Good PR right there.
Because of that post.
He made people aware. He made them rally, you know, around you. That's not intentionally, but that was great.
It's such a, like, so unnecessary, like... I bought Angel Soft, but Charmin's better. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just.
And then you
I
get.
fucks with Bounty, but
And then,
Hey, it kind of reminds me of what happened during the Monday Night Wars,
Right.
When people were tuning in to see, like, I guess it was like Goldberg versus somebody
fuck
at
yeah.
WCW, and then like Tony Schiavone, one of the commentators, said on the other show, Mick Foley, some guy that used to work here, is going to win the championship, whatever.
right.
And so hella people turned the channel to see the other wrestling thing.
I remember I used to do that too.
Killed their
because-
ratings.
Yeah, I used to do that too
You're like,
because
what?
I used to watch WCW and I was like, what's this WWF thing? And then you had people like The Rock, Mankind, Nick Foley, and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, this is just better. But the way you're talking, I was like, it was like, I don't put like my competition. I feel like that's how Popeyes talk about their chicken sandwich when like McDonald's and everybody else comments after it. But you know, there wasn't really a chicken sandwich out here like ours, so I don't really put other competition. But you see who you inspired though, like all of a sudden, you know?
yeah, exactly. And I feel like when that lady told me that, I just looked at what the person wrote, and I saw that it was like 200 plus comments, and I was just like, oh wow, like this is crazy how many people are like, what, you know? And I don't even go to read that because for what, you know, like for what, like it's like when someone says, for instance, I had one person go in there and they got upset because it's so weird. Like the stuff that happens in the restaurant, I had someone go in there and was rolling up in there, and it's like a lot of families, and all of a sudden you smell it, and I was like, hey, you know, you can't be doing that in here, you know, like, and then he was just like, oh, okay. And so he starts putting it away, and then all of a sudden he goes up to me to the front and he starts trying to fight me.
Oh,
and
the mayor's son was trying to fight you after he showed up.
No, it's some dude.
someone else.
It's some dude.
Defamation now. No, that wasn't him.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Then that's why he goes on there and says,
I like such and such better because I can roll my blunts in a bathroom.
yeah. And like that happened, and then he just like started bashing me on how I was not a good business owner, and like, going up like this to me, like trying to fight me, and then I'm just like, whoa, like,
you know, weed's legal in California, right? Like, hey, dude, but that's not. That's not.
Yeah, no, that's what he was saying.
I already knew.
This weed is legal. Like, you can't tell me this is a drug. I'm like, excuse me. I smoke. Like, I smoke every day. Stop. Like, I'm not telling you this is illegal. I'm not saying anything. Like, I'm just saying you can't do it here.
Yeah.
Your property.
He went on to bash about me. He wrote a bunch of like comments on the page, and then he like later like erased them. But when he was writing that, I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is too much, you know. But I think it's just like where you kind of like put yourself and what you put your attention to, that's where your energy goes, where your, you know, your stuff, like, you know, where your mind is at. And so I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, it's just like, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on what I have to do next. You know, so
not looking at the comments.
No. So all these comments, all this stuff, it's just like, it's not gonna serve me. So why should I give it my attention? You know,
I kind of did that once where we had a negative comment on one of our videos that we posted. You remember that one? And it was some dude from some other state, and I don't know why it bothered me so much. And then I started replying. We started going back and forth, and a lot of our followers that like have been supporters since day one and started attacking him too. And then comics went on there, and comics started roasting the guy on his pictures. Like, you know, look at you and then he blocked all of us.
It's like that scene from Avengers Endgame when they all pop out of the portals. Like,
it was like then like someone commented
a symbol. How did a Black Panther come out of nowhere?
Someone commented on like his album. It's like how shitty the music was. They listened to his album, and they're like, your music's so shitty. Like you know, it was just, do you want to get on The Voice Party?
Exactly.
But it probably wouldn't have happened if I would have just ignored it. But he ended up blocking all of us.
But you know what? You actually, engaging with your supporters in that way was good for the brand. I think it builds community. You know?
Does.
But that's dope to see. Just like the people came to buy.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when all these motherfuckers, the fucking, he had hella comics and the Church of Satan after him.
Hey, shout out to all our supporters for rallying behind us, man. Thank you.
Yeah, if we see someone fucking
For me, I
with
thought
me,
you were
I'm
going to say,
you.
shout out to the Church of Satan.
Hey, to them too. They support.
God,
hey, whoever supports.
Yes, yes, whoever supports.
Yeah. Honestly,
Thank you.
The support's
Love you.
good. I feel like with one of my tattoos, I did have like, I did have a customer client who decided not to pay me.
Was this the mayor's son again? No, I'm just kidding.
The mayor's son is fucking up, yo. Rolling blunts, complaining, trying to fight, complaining about tattoos. Don't invite him to the brewery.
Like Hunter Biden, yo.
Allegedly. He gonna come to the comedy show. Watch. I'm gonna look for a dude in a nice clean suit. I'm like, are you allegedly the mayor's son? Like, don't start it, yo.
I know. Yeah, I'm so excited about the comedy show.
Me too.
I'm so excited because I feel like it's gonna be a great turnout.
Yeah. I can already see.
Yeah, people are coming in. They're talking about it.
We love great turnouts.
Exciting.
Yeah, we're like telling everyone.
Yeah.
So it's.
I'm gonna be
excited.
honest, man. Like my shows are great and all.
Yeah.
But like I never have people buy tickets this early.
Awesome. Are they?
they're buying. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So you were talking about the tattoo.
Tattoo, yeah.
I know. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's cool.
Yeah, so once I had a client go, this is when I was tattooing for my house. And
Everything starts in the house, yo. The garage or the house, yo.
Yeah. And, I think it's like little goals that I set for myself to kind of just keep me going. When I had my first person fly in to come get a tattoo from me, it was just like, oh my God. And, they came in and it was just like pretty cool. I was just like, okay, now I need to kind of act more professional, be more professional. And I started setting kind of like more rules, more stuff. And I had a
get drunk on the job.
I know. And then I had a client come in, and the way that I work with my tattoos, right? Like you give me your inspiration. Right now, I only tattoo my style. So now I don't do anything that's not my style. And so a client had been messaging me back and forth, kind of like with pricing, like every 2 months, like how much is this? How much is that? How much would this be? And finally, they decided to come in, but they said they wanted a tattoo for me since forever, but they wanted something like dainty, kind of like just line work. But my stuff is more like black work, like thick lines and stuff like that. And so when they came in, they were like, this is not what I wanted. Like, I want your style in this. And then I was like, oh, I thought this is not what you want. Like, you didn't want that. They made me draw for like 6 hours more at my home, like changing stuff. And I was just like, okay, but this is gonna cost more. Like, and they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. Like, I'm a lawyer. Like,
You can afford it.
yeah, like I'm a lawyer, blah, 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 blah. And then we're doing the session. Oh, I just got a $1.something million home, this and that. And I'm just like, oh, that's really cool.
Price just went up, buddy. just because. Inflation. Hit the inflation button a hell of times.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Okay.
Before the session's price is not right now. Session's price.
Yeah, boy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just leave the check. I'll fill it out.
Leave it blank,
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm doing the tattoo, and I was just like, you know what? I even had a great conversation. Like, I really didn't even. I charged only 2 extra hours of those 6 hours because I was just like, it was cool. Yeah. I thought even like whatever, it was cool. And I let them know like, hey, it's gonna be this much. And I had another client because they took forever. So I had another client. And when people sell me, so I used to do sell at home, and it would take me about 5 to 10 minutes because of the signal there. It would take a while. So she was like, okay, I already paid you. And I was like, okay, awesome. I did this whole thing right here, right? And then at nighttime, I'm like checking my Zells, and I only have $50. And I'm just like, huh? Like, What?
Mayor's son.
You bought a $1 million house, stuff like that.
He's gonna drag that man's votes down.
$50. And I was just like, what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then I messaged them, and I was like, hey, like, there's $600 missing. And they were like, I sent what I sent. And I was like, what? Like, I was just kind of like, what is this? Like, and I was like, oh,
they conned you.
I was like, no, yeah. And I was just like, no, you're missing $600. Like, this is what it was. And they were like, for something that I don't like. I don't like your art, and what you did on me is not cool.
Oh my
Shady
gosh.
Yeah,
con artist
yeah,
shit.
like I don't like what you did, and
Wait, that's not shady. That's a typical lawyer thing.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like you're not professional. Like you're working from your home, so don't expect a payment.
Ooh,
And then I was just kind of like,
No.
oh my god. Like I think that's one of the stuff that hurt me. Like comments and other stuff like that, whatever. But I feel like because it was so personal, I was tricked, and that's where I was just like, that not hurt me, but I think it made me more kind of like, oh, now, and that's actually what made me get into my studio, because I was just like, no, you know what? I am professional, and I'm gonna do this, you know? And so I did, and it's like, it was really weird.
You know what
with
would
a person like that.
What would be great for the show right now if you started crying? No, I'm just kidding.
This ain't season 1.
Oh, she cried in season 1.
No. I mean, a lot of our interviews are very emotionally in depth.
That's so shady,
In season
dude. That
1.
like just like so this person flew in.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
That's another person.
First
Yeah, that's
difference.
another person,
Okay.
yeah.
But
yeah.
like they were flexing their money, and then they flex their power. We're like, oh, you're tattooing out of your house.
As soon as they mentioned that they just closed on them, I was, ooh, that's con right there. The fact that they need to keep talking about how much
keep
they've
talking
got.
about,
You should have checked the Zelle before they left, and if it didn't go through, lock the doors.
Get out of the room, lock out of the key.
Lock it from inside, yeah. And just bring out, you're gonna eat these sticks of butter until I get my money.
Here's your food.
That's so horrible, man. Like
It's awful.
I used to see shit like that when I was working at a plumbing supply, and it's like someone with money would come in with like with their Home Depot employee that they got, and the little little paisitas that we did, you know, and the guy was like, he said he's only gonna pay me this much, and this job is so big, but you know what can I do? And I'm like, motherfucker, like,
yeah.
Horrible when you see shit like that.
And that's how I felt with this person. They were like, you're not professional, like your art, like it's not good, like really.
And they made you redraw the shit.
And they made me redraw for like 6 hours, extra hours that I worked on this, and it's like, what? And I didn't take it to heart, like, oh, my art is not good.
Right.
No. But I was
That's
just
actually
kind of
compliment
like,
in a way.
you know, I was like, what? Like, and then the last message, I wasn't gonna argue, but I was just like, no, I need you to send me my money. And she's like, no, I'm not. And I was just like, okay. And she was just like, you want to charge, she's like, you want to charge what did she say? She basically said that I wanted to charge when I wasn't even a real artist. And I just kind of was thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe this person has a whole forearm tattoo by me now. Forever. And she's saying this, like, this is so crazy. And that's when I say like that, you know, they're just projecting their own self, you know?
Right.
And so I was just kind of like, I left it there, but did I want to put her on blast? Yes, I did, because I wanted my followers to be like, what? But then it's just like, for me, it was just kind of like, no, I'm just gonna leave it, because sometimes you can just leave it and forget it and let it go, you know? And so that's what I decided to do with that. But it made me get my my studio, you know? It made me get my studio, and I found this like super cool place. And when I was on your show, like, I love this. Like, I love talking to people and stuff. And it's just like, it also kind of was like a back thought. And now that I have that little space, it's just like, oh, I would love to do, you know, a podcast with my tattoo clients and stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to stop that though. You can't take over the podcast game like that. Leave that alone, please. Leave that alone.
You gotta pay.
Yes, I was about to
You do that, you muscling on our territory. You gotta pay up. You know what I'm saying? Gotta kick some up.
No, that would be a great idea though, because
You're not even professional enough to be doing a podcast.
you're not professional enough to be a podcaster.
We demand a tribute.
You're like far away from the mic. You're not professional at this.
My competition, the voice part.
We need to get the
It's cool because you can come in our comments and start following us.
we need to get the mayor's son involved in this.
And voice Fiesta is so good.
The voice party sucks. But that's cool. We're gonna start selling quesadillas.
It's not a party without quesadillas from the voice party.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We gonna have the cops start coming to here for our food.
No, we're gonna get the fire department.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start tattooing too.
Yeah, I know how to brew some beer, but I'm gonna be doing ciders. I'm gonna be doing ciders. Hell yeah. You know?
We'll make wine.
Exactly. There we go.
wine.
We're different. Yeah.
So
Start
we're
crushing
not brewing
apples.
actually the beer, but I would love to collaborate with
yeah.
Cool. Like I would
Yeah.
love to collaborate with Cool's. I was thinking like
Coors.
Cool.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I was like Coors. I was like climbing with Coors.
I heard Coors.
The Rocky Mountains.
The mountains blue.
Exactly. If the mountains is blue, that's how you know El Voice Fiesta is real.
The voice Fiesta.
No, who are you planning to collaborate with? Like a local brewery?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, the local breweries in Richmond, for sure. But I also like have an eye out on like this like cool brewery that I still haven't gone to, but it's really cool. Like seeing like it's a couple from Salinas, and they're Latinx, and it's really cool because they have their beers and it's called La Fresa and this, and it has really cool names. So I would love to like kind of like. I know that, you know, they're not the only ones, so I think it'd be really cool to kind of reach out to like someone else that opened up their business and kind of just doing their own concept, you know? So
One of my
bring them in.
homies, he actually comes out to our shows a lot.
Yeah.
He has his own michelada mix.
Oh, yeah.
It's hella good.
You know, and it's really cool because it's like another thing that I learned through business. It's like it's really cool to collaborate with people
Right.
because I think that people also sometimes have a business and then you want to do everything, right? You want to do everything, and that's cool. Like that's that's cool. But it's really cool to collaborate with people
sure.
because that's how it's just like you help the community grow as well.
Yeah,
you
build
know?
each other up.
Yeah, you build each other up, and that's something that I've really learned. Like. That I want to start doing, you know, with the tattoo studio, I'm gonna be by myself, but what I would love to do is I went to Mexico and I got a tattoo by this really badass tattoo artist, and she was saying how she kind of wanted to travel and to tattoo, and I was thinking, oh wow, whenever I have a studio, like I'm gonna like invite you. And now that I do, I was thinking it'd be great to kind of have guest artists, like other women guest artists from like Mexico or other like places, you know, where I have that space that they can come into.
Pay her
And
50 pesos.
Yeah. And so it's really cool, you know, just to collaborate with
sure.
people,
Definitely,
you
that would be
know?
dope as hell.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So that's why I like really wanted to do a show there. And like,
Yeah.
because I see that like you have a lot of support, and it's like a different audience from what I have.
Yeah.
In a way, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so it's cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah, a
I
lot
want
of
to do
cops.
more things
Different.
like
A lot of
that, you know? Yeah. I want to do more things like that because
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you have, so I think my mentality changed into kind of, oh, this was just a restaurant, but then it's just like, no, this is just my business, so I can do whatever I want with it, you know?
Exactly.
It's like dynamics sometimes that you have of like, oh, this is what it is. Like, this is what it is, but no, you could go into so many things. Like, I can't believe I'm going to have like a really cool comedy show there, you know? And let's do it. Like, let's make it cool. You know, let's
Food and funny stuff.
yeah, right now we put in the license because we don't serve alcohol there yet.
Okay.
But we are gonna have it for that day. Yeah, we are gonna have it for that day, and it's just like that makes me excited. Like
We'll
that
have a
makes me
riot if we don't
excited.
It's like BYOB, I guess.
Everybody shows up. No, and I'm really excited for that because it's only a push to like, it's the beginning. Like I see everything as beginnings, you know, it's just like, it can only go up from here, you know, and I can't wait to see what, what the turnout is, because there's nothing like that in Richmond. And so right now.
Whoa.
It can only get more professional from here.
No, I don't mean it like that. Like, as in like the restaurant, like as in the restaurant.
For sure. No, there isn't.
You know,
there isn't.
And it's so big in there that I want to also do kind of
so much
like,
room for activities.
Yeah, so much. You know that I kind of wanted to get some arcade stuff in there, get some kind of club music stuff like in the night.
You saw how they just woke up like that? You said arcade. Oh. They might be on the El Voice Fiesta now. All of a sudden, arcade. You said arcade.
Well, DJ Rich is coming for that, you know, so we'll have a DJ there if you want him to stick around afterwards and play some music after the show.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, that would actually be really cool. Yeah.
So
yes, the voice party DJ will be there.
Oh yeah, that's our DJ.
What did you say his name was again?
I think you know him.
DJ
we went to
Rich.
school. DJ Rich. We went to high school together.
What?
Y'all went to Richmond High?
What? Oh, you?
Yeah.
With him?
Yeah, he went to school with me, but you were like 2 years younger than us. Never mind.
What year did you graduate?
Oh wait.
Oh yeah. I went in
10, right?
I went in 2009.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways.
Yeah.
Your freshman year was 09?
The point is you can't take them.
Graduated in 08, so you have 4 years apart. Okay, three, 4.
But yeah, no,
Okay.
it'll be awesome. I didn't realize you didn't reach out to that newspaper company. I forgot the name. They made the article.
Across the time?
Yeah.
You didn't reach out to them?
No.
They just made a story based on our IG.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
She always comes in. She's really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah,
because that actually after that day I saw like people buying tickets already. So
good.
I was like, cool shit.
And
all right.
after that, also more people are coming in, and checking out the space. And I think everyone that goes in there is always like, wait, what events are you gonna have? And it's just like, comedy, a comedy show on the 26th, and it's getting such a great response.
Nice.
Such a great response that like I told you.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say if this goes well. It's gonna go well.
Yeah,
it's gonna go well, and it'd be awesome to
And even if it doesn't, it'll be funny. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it is.
No, but it'll be.
Yeah.
What I was gonna another thing I was gonna ask you is as far as like going back to managing a restaurant. Mm-hmm. How has it been with those fucking prices going up as far as like food? Because I know a lot of restaurants, even some of these noodle spots that I used to go to because they're cheap, even they're going up.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I see a lot of restaurants are going under because of this. Yesterday I was talking, I was at this spot I do shows a lot regularly. The bartender on Tuesdays, he does Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And he's like, we damn near have to sell the tacos at $5 to $7 to make any kind of profit. Cause we don't sell tacos every day. Yeah. So it's $5 to $7 per taco. It's pricey as hell right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so expensive. Yeah. I mean, it's tough, but you have to do it. It's tough, but you have to do it. And I think that for us, we haven't been wanting to either, but it's getting there. It's getting there where prices have to be raised up a little bit, and it sucks because obviously, as a consumer, ourselves, you go into these places and you're like, oh shit, because inflation,
give me a deal, baby, please.
But it's being the business owner, it's I don't want to, obviously, I don't want to, but it's just the prices for everything. It's
because you also want quality ingredients, quality products.
For instance, plates. Let's say we would get a box of plates for $30, then all of a sudden $90, and it's just so many things went up that it's just very expensive.
Just hold out your hand.
A corn
Make
husk,
sure that you've washed your hands before,
Wash your hands. Yeah, dip it in the bucket of water. And
just put everything in the consomme. That's a great question because it's true. It's true, and it's happening. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was reading this article where some guy was predicting that like in 20, 30 years, if things just like the restaurants are gonna disappear.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like people are not gonna be able to afford to eat out.
Yeah, because it's getting so expensive. It's getting so expensive.
And that's where I hate seeing like the shit like the we joked a lot about it, but the mayor's son like like you have a platform. And let's say that, like it was 50 years ago where people read something like, oh, then I'm not gonna go eat there. The mayor's son doesn't like it. Then it's not be like when you do shit like that, you got to think about what you're doing because. Like me, if I don't like somewhere, like if I don't like something, a restaurant, I won't post a picture. I won't, I'll just never come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But I don't want to bash someone where like this is like stopping someone from eating. You're
because other people may try it and like it.
They might like it, yeah.
Exactly.
And obviously other people do fucking like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
the mayor, he goes in a lot.
Yeah, he's the mayor is not.
See, that's dope.
Now, the mayor's son is the mayor's son like still a kid?
No,
or is he
he's
like an adult.
He's an adult.
Okay. So the mayor is no longer responsible for his kid's behavior. Okay,
It's a Hunter Biden.
He got nothing to do.
He like, I don't know what the fuck my son talking about. This shit is delicious. Fuck that little dude. All right. He was always a spoiled little rich kid in the first place.
Why?
All right?
Cut him out of the trust.
He just mad. He just mad because I said this shit is bomb, and then I don't love him as much.
He's like, you're leaving me. What?
Exactly.
You know what? You're trashing all your restaurants.
You only giving me one car and one house? What about the beach property? Oh, you know what? Any food you like, I hate. All right.
You mean I don't get to keep the house in Point Richmond?
Exactly.
I hate this place.
Yeah.
No,
and that's
but
what I felt.
yeah.
Like I think it was the comments on there. What the lady told me, she said that it was more people kind of saying like, why would you do that to a business in Richmond?
Exactly.
In Richmond, when it's a business and it's not a franchise,
Right.
it's a family business.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's a family business, and I think that the people that support us and the people that know the story, I think, got upset because it's like they see that if I'm not at the restaurant, they see me at the pop-ups working. They see me they see me hustling like I'm and so I think that it's just like their response was, why would a person say that when they don't even they don't even know me, and they don't have to know me, but why would you, being in Richmond, go and just bash another business in Richmond and say something else,
It's not responsible. It's not a responsible thing to do.
And so what I felt was just kind of like, I wouldn't say like, hey, don't support this Richmond business because I didn't like it, because that kind of like I feel like it's bad for like the kind of like community kind of feel, it's like
one of my like this famous food, he actually passed away last year or 2 years ago, but he was a famous like food writer, and if he was one of those that if he reviewed your restaurant, you would have lines like immediately after. Jonathan Gold, I don't know if you know who that is, but he was a Pulitzer thing, that's what it's called,
Pulitzer Prize winner,
because of his writing. But he would never, I was watching something they did about him, he would never write about the restaurants that he didn't like. He would only write about the ones he liked, and if he didn't like them, he would go eat there, but like, I was never there.
It's like with Yelp reviews. The thing that I have with Yelp reviews is one of my cousins, we would go out a lot, and he would always be like, I didn't like this. And he would go, and I'm like, wait, but when you like it, you don't post anything. Like, when you like it, you're not posting like, wow, the best food. But as soon as you like don't like anything, oh, like this place, blah 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 blah, and like we were talking, and then it's just kind of like, oh yeah, like why? Like what does that stem from too? Like why do people do that? But everyone's different.
Power
and everyone's
of the internet.
Yeah.
Some people just feed and subsist off negativity.
Right, negativity always sells. So that's kind of
they're just like, I have to be negative about something. I'm putting my energy into negativity. It's a shame.
we're close to the end now. It's been an hour now.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah.
Any last things you want to tell our listeners about the Voice Fiesta's first episode?
This is the backdoor pilot.
Or where people can find you on social media, because that'll.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Anything? Any last?
Yeah, I'm
thing
definitely
you wanna
at you.
say? Yeah.
And the mayor's son.
Just wreaking all kinds of havoc, boy.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me back here. I can't wait for the next time I'm on here.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, because it's 3 years.
3 years. 2019, right?
3 years. Oh my gosh, imagine.
At that point, the brewery will be up and going. The El Voice Fiesta podcast
will be going.
The regular
You'll probably
comedy
be running
shows in
for
Richmond.
mayor yourself.
Exactly right.
Exactly. I can't wait to be back on here. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, everyone that's listening, go follow me. My page is Vivix, VIVIX _XIVIV. Come get a tattoo by me.
Okay.
And then
El Garage.
And coming at El Garage.
Yeah.
We are planning to have lots of events there. So I want to have like club nights. I want to have open mic nights. I want to have more comedy shows.
There we go.
I'm really excited for that. Make sure you come try quesadillas.
Well, if once you get done with your show in Napa, hopefully we'll probably.
Yeah, I'll try to hit you up, Jake.
Yeah,
I'll try to come through. I'll try to come through.
Yeah.
Shoot out. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Thank you again for coming out.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
This was fun. Actually, I remember the last time we had that episode, like people said it was one of my favorite things, like to hear the story.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like reaching out to a lot of the people, because I thought about you when that Fillmore Mike shouted us out on the radio.
On the radio, yeah, hell yeah.
He was here before he went back on radio, and he was saying like, I want to get back on radio, and he's
there.
We're the good luck charm.
Yeah.
The genie and the lamp.
There's been a lot of those that like I just want to, it's dope to hear that.
Yeah, of course.
So, thank you for inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Me.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
And please have us on the El Voice Fiesta podcast.
I don't want to say that name again.
Too bad I'm not doing this show. I would definitely do that.
What's your guys' name? What's your guys' name and name and number so that I can, I'm recruiting.
Not to be on free podcasts, yo.
Before we go, shout out to the mayor's son.
Yes.
for helping out El Garage. Thank you.
Thank you.
For making the El Garage fan community stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's been the Voice Party.
And we're out.
Bye.
Now that's how you start a day.